Hey gang, we've made it to episode 3. I like this episode more than the previous 2. And honestly, I think throughout season 1, each episode gets slightly better. Which is nice considering they shot all of season 1 at one time, so there wasn't the usual process of filming a pilot and then getting feedback and changing things based on that. The first season is really one big pilot for this show, so I think it's impressive that it does keep up some slow momentum.
What is...
The crux of this episode is that Leslie needs to keep the momentum going for her park project and decides to do a press interview. Here we meet new recurring character Shauna Mulway-Tweep, the journalist. Leslie reminds her team to stay on message during the interviews, as the piece needs to be about filling in the pit. However, everybody struggles to do this.
Why would you want a toaster that's lying at the bottom of a pit?
I don't know. I was pretty wasted.
Wait, you were drunk?
Oh, like you're perfect. You're on the pill. You drink all the time.
You're allowed to do that.
Stay on message.
Leslie is not equipped to cope with this pressure and is clearly intimidated by Shauna. Leslie is very obviously still infatuated with Mark, spending her time with him awkwardly flirting. This means that when she realises that Mark asked Shauna to go home with him and to instead try the interview again the next day, she feels beyond betrayed. Leslie is so uncomfortable with sex and enraged with Shauna for sleeping with the man that she probably imagines has the same feelings for her that she has for him. Leslie realised that not only did Mark betray her romantically, he also betrayed the subcommittee, telling Shauna,
This park is never, ever, ever, ever going to happen.
May I ask who said that?
Mark Brandanowitz?
After a brief fight between Leslie and Mark, they manage to convince Shauna to write an article that doesn't use all of the negative quotes from him, and the episode ends with the subcommittee back together and Leslie hopeful about the impact of the article.
Do you see him? Do you think a depressed person could make this? No.
This episode is more fun than the last 2. We're starting to find a little whimsy in the mundane. I'm starting to love the characters, especially April. She doesn't get many lines early on, but her characterization is gold.
Hi, I'm looking for Leslie Knope. Okay.
Also, there are definitely more funny one-liners in this episode than the previous 2.
He's probably thinking with the head of his wiener instead of the head of his brain.
You have no idea how much this line lives rent-free in my brain. It's so good. I also love the way that Tom says this one.
Man, that dude has stuck it in some crazy chicks.
And Leslie's reaction, realising that Tom doesn't know she slept with him. She's low-key crazy in this season though, so he does have a point. Oh my god, so I didn't even mention the B-plot in the plot recap, because honestly it's so nothing. It's nice that the characters have something to do, I guess, but genuinely it doesn't add much to the story at all. I'm grateful that we have a B-plot, at least, I guess, considering the episodes before this one really only focused on one story each. So we're on the way towards some good episode structure. Tom is losing to Ron at online Scrabble, but when April plays on his computer and beats Ron, Tom gets mad. Ron knows that Tom is faking being dumb, but he doesn't mind because he likes that Tom is a useless employee.
I'm not an idiot. I know Tom has been losing to me on purpose, but I like Tom. He doesn't do a lot of work around here.
I guess it's a plot to help us get to know the characters' motivations, but it literally doesn't go anywhere, change anything, or have any logical explanation.
Chocolate, booze, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and treasure chests.
Firstly, season 1 Leslie is not a girl's girl. She's weird about Anne using birth control. I mean, in fairness, all of them are being weird about it for some reason, but I expect more from Miss Knope. Additionally, she calls Shauna a skank. Girl, just because you like this man-child doesn't mean Shauna's a slag for getting it. Let's be real, if anyone here is a skank, it's Mark.
You know, I would have said anything at that point if I thought it would have made us stay in bed.
He has no shame in sleeping with her for the love of the game and nothing more.
Well, since we're, romantically involved, I won't print any of it.
That's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, I wouldn't say romantically involved, going forward.
Oh my God.
What?
However, we are getting to see glimpses at the version of Leslie that is actually likeable, with her passion now coming off as optimism rather than pure stupidity.
She writes, and I quote, "We'll see." Ends on a hopeful note.
It's nice to see a female lead of a show who's resilient, despite being pushed down all episode by everyone and everything around her. She ends the episode happy and eager to continue with her project. I would love to talk about some deeper meaning and theme woven through this episode's A and B plots here, but honestly, I can't even see how they're at all thematically aligned. This episode just feels disconnected when it flips between the two groups of characters, with Ron and Tom just existing in the background of the only real plot line. In this episode, Leslie has a scene where she says,
No! No! No!
Whenever I see this scene, I think it's got to be the writer's attempt at making a reaction gif or a meme. The very memed moment in The Office where Michael says,
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
has a similar, arguably better energy. With The Office episode airing November 2008 and Parks and Rec filming in early 2009, I can't help but imagine that they were trying to write in moments that would be clipped on Tumblr in the same way that The Office had been, to help with the show's popularity.
I think I'm safe. She's gotta be tired by now.
Okay, when I originally watched the cold open a couple months back, when I was just going through the show to rate each episode, I rated the cold open a 4 out of 10. Low-key, this was harsh, and it did actually make me laugh a couple times when I watched it for this video, so I think I'm going to bump it up to a 5 out of 10. It's silly, and Leslie is still her early season self, where she's just a bit stupid and annoying, but I do like the comedy here. The joke about needing to change from teen to preteen is funny.
It was a teenage nature hike, but then we changed it because a girl got pregnant.
I also love Jerry. He's such a good character, and I feel like he provides such a needed element of heart to the cast of characters, especially early on. He and Donna have, like, no role in the show at all, as of yet. They're just so needed. I rated The Tag a 5 out of 10. It's funny to see the conclusion to the plot of the episode being a very mid-article after Leslie has put endless effort and days of stress into getting it right, but still remaining positive. It circles back to the stay on message from the start of the episode and laying out the ways in which the team did not, in fact, stay on message.
Pretty drunk. Anne's on the pill. I didn't throw up, I spit up. JJ's Diner gets a nice mention.
I rated this one a 5 out of 10. We're definitely on a positive trajectory, but there's a long way to go before we reach a 10 out of 10 episode. I want to be clear that Parks and Rec is my favourite TV show of all time. I've watched it countless times over the last decade or so, ever since I was a preteen, and I find more things to love about it every time I watch it. I'm being harsher on this season than I think I would have a few years ago. I imagine I'm a lot less harsh on it than some people. I know some fans of the show don't even bother rewatching it when they rewatch the series. I think this episode has a lot of positives in it, and it's definitely the most fun episode so far. And what we're getting to see of the characters' personalities is becoming more enjoyable to watch too.
Hello? We're having a meeting in here.
Does anybody have any questions